bubbles. Hey, good morning. There's a video here to express my RKelly confusion concerning the latest allegations. So, I'm not confused that RKelly has had sex with underage girls, allegedly, or at least one so far since the trial. No confusion there. No surprise. Um, but I am confused as to why it's on a VHS tape. I mean, didn't VCRs go out in the 90s? I could see if it was on a disc or inside, I haven't checked out these new cameras or, the video cameras. The last time I looked at a video camera, you had to put a VHS tape in it because I had one. But now I'm not sure how they work, and it doesn't really matter because, you got cell phones with cameras. You can record with your cell phone. We've been able to do that for at least, you could say, since 2010, I suppose, the last 9 years. I don't think anybody used a VCR or VHS tapes since the 90s. Maybe the early 2000s. But VCR is pretty much obsolete at this point. And you definitely weren't using them. Hell, I'm thinking, look, I've been a member of YouTube since 2006. People were using cameras. I don't know exactly how it worked. I just know when people made videos, they had a camera, not a cell phone camera, a regular video camera. And I think they had little discs, if you ask me. And then they would do their video, and then it would take some time, and I'm talking about hours, maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours, before it would be able to upload on YouTube. So I'm not sure what R. Kelly was doing. Was he still using a VHS camera? I don't know. I can't wait for more details. But apparently in this latest videotape, they're saying it's no way that they can determine how old the girl was in the video, except for at least 6 times she makes reference to her 14-year-old genitalia. Well, that's a nice way to put it. But I imagine she was saying shit like, "Ooh, yeah, daddy, you want this 14-year-old coochie." And they said he also made reference quite a few times in this video about her 14-year-old genitalia. So I imagine he was saying shit like, "Ooh, this 14-year-old coochie feels so tight, baby. Ooh, daddy like this 14-year-old coochie." I can only imagine. But they say they can't determine how old this person in the video is. I'm not sure if this situation is going to go anywhere. Because it could, I'm not even a lawyer and I can spin that. You say the girl was 20, 21 even 25, and they were role playing. I don't know, man. I'm just confused. I'm really confused about it all. And it's on VHS tape. Nobody uses that. Okay, so I wonder what the statute of limitations are. Did they change? Going back to the Bill Cosby situation, did they change the laws of the statute of limitations? They did something like that, and that had lended itself for them to, you know, get back on Bill Cosby, and thus Bill Cosby's convicted, and we see where he's at today. But I'm not sure if they just did that in the state of Pennsylvania, or is that all over? And what are the statute of limitations for rape? Is it 10 years? Is it 25 years? I mean, did they change it? Is this a VHS tape from around the time of 1999, 2000, 2001? I mean, did he make this tape with this chick, a different chick around the same time as the other girl from back in the day? I don't know. But the fact that it's on a VHS tape, and we're talking about R. Kelly with buku amounts of money. R. Kelly, who is definitely into electronics. I just wouldn't think in the last 5 years he was using a VHS tape. I wouldn't think in the last 10 years he was using one. I wouldn't think he was using a VCR and a VHS at maybe in the early 2000s, yes. But if this is 5 to 10 years old, I don't know. I just don't understand. I've seen a video with him using a video camera, but it wasn't one of those old ones that required a VHS tape. I don't know. But I do know some other things. Number one, he ain't got that kind of money like he did back in the day. They have been shutting down his venues where he's supposed to perform, shutting down concerts. That studio building, he got evicted. He does have a lot of concerts scheduled overseas. I think Germany in particular. And they're actually seeking to change the venue because it has sold out and people are still wanting more tickets. So with a talent and a voice like his, man, he could say fuck the U.S. and leave the country and still work over there. There's no Me Too movement in Germany. There's no Me Too movement in France, in Italy, and England, and all those places. So I'm not confident at this point in time that they're going to snag him. Although they would love to. I heard another YouTuber talking about it. And Harvey, to be exact. Talk about, yeah, these young girls are fast. Oh, I can get me some new shoes and da-da-da concerning R. Kelly. You know, reading that book, Sex Me, the book I read, Confessions of Daddy's Little Freak, that you can find on this channel. It's 3 parts. And in conjunction with what Harvey was saying, this chick in the book, she sought out looking for R. Kelly. In the beginning of the book, her and her cousin got tickets to the concert, and they got all dressed up real sexy, and then they're at the concert, and then they in the VIP. They got to go there to meet them and all this stuff. And her whole intention was to meet R. Kelly. And allegedly, according to the book, she was a virgin at this time. But I don't know any virgins that behaved the way she did in this book. And she was only 16. And then she goes over to his house. He wants in a bathing suit and strut in front of him with a bathing suit. And she acting all sexy. And then they do the do. And then it just got worse from there. Before you know it, he had her munching carpets and threesomes, foursomes, straight up orgies, and screwing R. Kelly with another man and all this foolishness. Somebody left a comment under the video talk about, please don't call this girl a dingbat because she's a victim. I'm not so sure if this particular girl in the book is a victim. Yeah, she was 16, but then the only victim that I know of concerning R. Kelly was the first girl in the tape back in the day, because he met her at 12 and he clearly groomed her. This chick in the book, I don't think she was groomed at all. She wanted to get down with the get down. A victim is not what I would describe the chick in the book. But the chick in the first videotape, yeah, she's definitely a victim. Now, had I not read this book and heard Harvey made such a statement, oh, these young girls, they fast, I'm paraphrasing, and they do what they're going to do because they, she can get all types of expensive things. That's what she wanted. I'd have been upset a little bit. It would have perturbed me a bit. But I don't think every young girl that R. Kelly's been with is a victim. I'm not going to say all of them are. And I'm even surprised in myself feeling this way. But I like to be real about shit and, call shit as I see it. The girl in the book, she was not groomed. There's a grooming process that sexual predators engage in. You want to talk nice to them. They usually focus on kids or young girls, teenagers who come from broken homes. They try to be that person that teenager wants in their life. And, so they groom them and, buy them things and so nice and then start talking to them about sex and let me teach you about sex. And, it's a whole process that they go through. And I think he went through such a process with that first girl from the videotape back in the day. I don't know. It's another VHS tape. I want to say we should be leery, but then again, we really shouldn't give that much of a fuck. At least, I don't. I'm just bringing it out that something is fishy. But it's RKelly, and he got away the first time with the first girl. He should have been convicted. And so if he gets convicted this time on some bullshit, I can't say I'll feel sorry for him. But then again, we can't allow people, black men, be convicted on bullshit, because they'll move on to the next black man and try to convict them on some bullshit. We can't get that train going. So what do we do? RKelly has put people in a hell of a predicament. Because on one hand, again, you want them convicted for grooming and all this sex shit with children. But in the latest developments, it's on VHS tape. I smell bullshit. And should we be silent and watch this Negro get convicted on some bullshit? And is it right to say, okay, so they'll convict him on some bullshit, but he should have been convicted in the past? And so, he's finally going to get what he deserves. I'm conflicted about that. RKelly got a serious fucking problem. A problem that he doesn't think he has. But I think it's a waste, ridiculous, silly, even, to find yourself in such legal trouble because of your dick. How do you allow your dick to get you into so much trouble and ruin your life, your career, your legacy? You let your dick do all of this for you. All that you've worked for, all that talent, all the genius in his songwriting and his musical arrangement, that gift. And you just let your dick burn everything to the ground. One of the things about being a man is being able to master and control your dick. You don't let your dick control you. Your dick it got a head, but it doesn't even have any fucking brains. What the fuck is wrong with you that you would let the head that has no brains fuck you up in life like this? I talk to young teenage boys about this all the time. You have two heads. One of your heads has a brain. That is the head you should always use. Every time, all the time. Because if you use the head that doesn't have any brains, it's going to get you in fucking trouble. All the time. Every time. And I mean, sex is good. Sex is wonderful. But I just don't understand, and I don't really want to know. I don't ever want to know why somebody like RKelly and his harem of bitches, and like in that book I was reading, they were fucking all the damn time. Sometimes it seemed like they was fucking for a whole 16 hours. I'm dead serious. And I mean, not just them two, of course, but other people and all types of stuff. I just don't get. I just don't get having the need to constantly bust a nut like that. It's real base to be controlled by your body. Just trying to constantly satisfy the flesh. I don't like fleshy people. Because by divine order, we're supposed to be controlled by the Spirit. We are to be led by the Spirit. You're you're a real twisted, fucked up individual if you are led by the flesh. It's so base. You're down there with the serial killers. Serial killers are led by the flesh. I had to switch that. Daylight was coming. Anybody who is led by the flesh, anybody, and it's good to have a healthy appetite for sex. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about when you're in the RKelly realm of sex. It's a fucking problem, as you can see. When you're led by the flesh, you would just throw caution to the wind. You raw dogging all these bitches. These bitches are allowing you to raw dog them. Herpes being passed around like a joint. It's crazy. But you got to talk to your sons. Talk to the males in your family, cousins, nephews. You got two heads. Always use the one that has the brain. When you look at the Jasmine Island situation, led by the flesh, if you're going to go out partying in a dress, you ain't got no drawers on. Led by the flesh, if you on the dance floor with some chick who you realize don't have no drawers on, and you all up on her behind. Led by the flesh, if you still gonna be all up on a chick in the club who ain't wearing no drawers on, who has a video camera and you can see she's live on Facebook, but you still up on her behind. You still kissing on her neck. Led by the flesh, if said chick up in the club wearing a dress with no drawers on and has a phone in her hand where she's going live on Facebook, and you're going to take her to a separate room in the club. You just led by the flesh. When you led by the flesh, you ain't thinking. And next thing you know, if that man had been thinking with his head that had the brains, he would not be in Fulton County Jail as we speak. None of this would have happened. Had he been thinking with the head, with the brains, yeah, okay. So you want to dance with a chick who's in the club wearing a dress with no drawers on. Ain't nothing wrong with dancing with her, but don't get too close. Led by the flesh and thinking with the wrong fucking head will get you into trouble every time. And again, I'm still trying to understand. Listen, I've had earth-shattering orgasms. They do exist. It is a wonderful thing. But to chase that like somebody's chasing crack, I don't get it. It's, it's grand. It's also dangerous. Because really, if you don't have good sense and you have an earth-shattering fucking orgasm, it can make you lose your mind and just in terms of just giving into that person and just making yourself vulnerable to be taken advantage of. If you're not strong and wise enough and putting shit in its proper perspective, But my mind won't take me there to make me understand why is it so great, because it is really great. It is really fantastic. Don't get me wrong. I just can't connect the dots to why it's so great that you would just have sex all the time with so many different people. You go in a strip club, according to this RKelly book, and it's 8 of y'all together fucking. I don't know. I know ain't nothing wrong with me, but that shit is fucking crazy. I don't understand. Why do you need to fuck so much? Aren't there things in life better than an earth-shattering orgasm? I guess for some people there isn't. And maybe it's because I know that when you're sexually active with a person, spiritual things happen during those moments. And you just be picking up part of their spirit and giving them part of your spirit. And, if you sleep with a pathological liar, you're going to get up and start lying too. I really believe that. If you sleep with a stupid person, you're going to end up being stupid too. That's just something I believe. But, it's a sad situation when you can be as great as an R. Kelly a genius. Yet, you allow your dick to fuck it all up. And that's it in a nutshell when you really look at it. All the problems, even back with his trial and that whole situation back then, his dick got him in trouble. And you know what? The name of the lawyer that got him out of it, his name was Dick. So Dick got him into trouble and Dick got him out. But he ain't gonna be that lucky this time. This time his dick is gonna do him in. That's so stupid. Just go through life being led by your dick. Whatever. Anybody in the chat room? Yes, no, maybe. Maybe you're chatting. Because it's not showing up. You can come and say hello. Hit the like button for me if you don't mind. Good morning, Simba. Hold on, let me close this door. I don't know where he's been all night. He just comes sauntering into the room, going to get something to eat. You old lazy cat, you. Hit the like button. Do come in the chat and say hello. You know, last night I made a video going in on Mike Mills, but I deleted it immediately. Because, you know what? I just want to watch this shit. He's mad because I made a video on Mike Miller. What happened now? All I wanted was an update on the situation. I didn't even say anything derogatory. In fact, I started talking about other things far more important. You know, I just wanted an update. And he just makes a video. Come on, Mike. Please. Hold your L. Stop trying to give it to somebody else. But then again, you think you got a W. Which amazes everybody in this sector. Monkey logic, boy. I bet somebody is talking in the chat. I can't see nothing. It's not coming up. So if you're asking questions or whatever, just understand that I'm not responding because I don't see nothing. So just in case, will one of you 4 people just say hi in the chat so I can see if it's working? Just do me that favor. But, yeah, so if you're listening to me and you got sons, nephews, cousins, have that open dialogue with them. Especially now with this Me Too movement going on. You have to teach them to be wise and not place themselves in certain predicaments. Working in high schools, I see things all the time between the boys and the girls. Walking around and munching a girl's butt, grabbing it, whatever. And I pull them aside all the time. Yo, you don't do that. You will find yourself in a serious situation. And although she's laughing or whatever, understand this shit can turn against you at any given moment. Next thing you know, she in the principal's office crying with her parents. And you think it's just a game, you've been playing a game. No, my little brother, stop. Keep your hands to yourself. You don't do that. If you at a party and, okay, there might be a loose girl there. She might be in the back bedroom. One guy go in, come out, next guy. And you know what's going on because they telling you. Once you get wind of some shit like that's going on, leave. Go home. Because you don't want to get caught up in no bullshit. You got to have these conversations with them because they out there innocently doing stuff and have no clue how bad it can turn. Everybody's not innocent all the time. All females are not innocent in situations, and vice versa. It's just up to you having the wherewithal and the good sense to use the brain in your head to not involve yourself in certain situations. Please have those conversations. So if you came in the chat and said anything, I don't see it. YouTube been fucking up a lot lately. Again, if you feel you're not getting notifications, whatever YouTuber you're subscribed to, next time you go on their channel, just unsubscribe and resubscribe. Click the bell. Something's going to pop up. Click options and make sure the selections are all, occasional, or none. Whether you want to get every notification or you want occasional notifications or you don't want notifications at all from that channel. Click all so you can get your notifications again. Because in case you don't know, YouTube has upgraded their platform and that's why you're not getting notifications. So you just got to unsubscribe and resubscribe again. In case you didn't know. Just informing you. Anyway, that's all for now. I'm going to check and see if anybody was chatting. Because I don't see it. And that's all I have to say concerning R. Kelly. I will be watching and keeping you posted on the latest developments. But another young girl that he's pissing on and she's pissing. Yeah, man, you real fucking base when you incorporating the only bodily fluids during sex should be, semen and whatever, vaginal secretions. When you start delving in the realm of piss and shit, you got a serious fucking problem. You being led by the fucking flesh. There's nothing sexy about getting pissed on. Anything goes with R. Kelly. He likes getting blowjobs from men. He likes getting fucked in his ass by men. He likes urination. And if I'm not mistaken, defecation as well. Man, that flesh is something else. It's something else. Anyway, I gotta go. Peace.